The pioneers of cross-cultural curiosity and cooperation dreamed that the borders had opened. The borders between the isolated outposts in the still feudal clerically imprinted regions of the Austrian north and its neighbors. The paranoid barriers against unknown peoples and lands beyond the former Iron Curtain were briefly lifted in a brave move towards European integration and positive, productive East-West relations. Driven by the ecstatically celebrating populations on both sides of the border, some were eagerly anticipating the cross-cultural projects to come.
Project content delivery
By seemingly human messenger,
media,
book and CD,
communication strategy,
images and written language.
subject matter,
Kuks, Czech Republic, 50 degrees 23 minutes north by 15 degrees 52 minutes east, located along the River Elbe, close to the Czech-Polish border.
specific target location,
Baroque recreational and health facility with severe philosophical, sensual and intrinsically poetic overtones. Envisioned and realized between 1692 and 1738 by Franz Anton Count of Spock. Biographical data concerning the communicating artist and project mastermind.
Abbe Jaroslav Libansky. Born in Prague, studies forestry and theology, active member of Charter 77. Worked during the time of the Soviet occupation as lumberjack, assistant to the Bees Research Institute, land surveyor, night watchman, underground photographer and conceptual artist. Emigrated to Austria in 1982. Since then independent artist, photographer and graphic designer. Concrete project outlines and target definition.
Spock's House of Philosophers, where some 40,000 most valuable books were confiscated by soldiers in 1728 on order of the feudal clerical nomenclatura, shall be reconstructed and rejuvenated on its original foundations. Visitor participation is certainly most welcome.
A proposition is a truth function of elementary propositions. An elementary proposition is a truth function of itself. Truth functions can be arranged in series. That is the foundation of the theory of probability. The structures of propositions stand in internal relation to one another. manifest that there are no logical objects or logical constants. Truth functions are not material functions. Logic must look after itself. The limits of my language mean the limits of my world. The world and life are one. I am my world.
Could you just give us an idea about the place?
Kuks, formerly Kuks Bad, or Kuks Bade, as you can recognize, was a spa. There was a great personality of Count of Spork who inherited the neighboring property, and then he learned about the spring which was neglected, and there was just a grass valley along the Elbe River. Around 1720, 1724, it was a really flourishing place and very much visited. There were a lot of foreigners. It became special because of different nationalities and a mixture of German literature, Italian architecture, French theology, say, and music, of course. It's a nice mixture of different cultures and, of course, a lot of levels of art. Everything is, I would say, rounded with the nature, so it was projected as a place where art and nature should meet. Bibliotheka by Abel Libansky is something very special, which could provoke on one side, but at the same time it's so deep in the whole idea of sport, and for me it's first of all it's a symbolical comeback of the books and of the library and of that culture of a book which was very strong within sports life back to Kuks. So we of course can describe the year 1729 when Kuks was captured by soldiers, and those heretic books were confiscated and brought back. They say there were 40,000 books here in that house of philosophers, and they never came back. So this is great. Abe found the way how to bring those books back, and even he developed that interactive way of handling with people visiting, and it's great that some books came from Hradec Králové, Königgrätz, where the soldiers came from. Some books came from the even Archbishop library, which was kind of enemy to sport, and it's mixed with all kinds of books, and I believe that there is something which is very unique and original, and it belongs to here, even though it is not a Baroque reconstruction, but this is something which can start its own life.
Když jako si otevřeš knížku a dáš si tam jako knihovně. Na lovu mořských ďáblů.
And once again, the walls of Spork's House of Philosophers have been dismantled, taken down, so that only the faintest traces of its foundations remain on the enchanted grounds of Kuks. But this time, it was done by friendly hands and curious minds, promising that Libansky's project Bibliotheka will experience many resurrections across Europe, and hopefully even beyond. The curious cross-cultural pioneers, they will continue through the seasons to negotiate national borders that as yet, despite all promises from the nomenclatura, remain to be truly opened.
Partazi bitte Moment.